Now it's my turn. I will absorb your energy, and then you will become part of me. Death is inevitable. Solar blast! There we go! There you are! Special beam cannon! You can't! And won't stop me! Thank you for the energy! And won't stop me! Thank you for the energy!
And here we are with some good old-fashioned Sparking Zero moveset review videos, everyone. It's been a long time, but we are significantly done with BBX, at least for a little bit, but not for long, since a bulk of this is going to be taken up by Sparking Zero, because it has more Boo characters and has the Daima Arc characters. Anyways, here is Imperfect Cell. Now, how is he? His normal fighting style is perfectly fine. I have no problems with this. This is very Cell-like, but I think I like the Xenoverse one better. Same thing with his combos. I do like his combos more in this game. They feel more fluent, where there's something kind of wrong with the way the Xenoverse one plays, sort of. So I do like this one better just because I think the combos flow better, but I think the general fighting style is done better in something like Xenoverse. Now, they do something unique with Cell's grabs. Now, obviously, because Cell's a bio-android, he absorbs the bio-energy, the life energy of humans and anybody with bio-energy. Cell is able to absorb them and get health back in this game, and he has it as his grab. However, when you fight one of the true androids, like Duro 19, Gamma 1, or Gamma 2, or 16, just like he tried in, like, the show, he actually doesn't absorb anything. It's not as noticeable in Cell's grab as it is with Dr. Duro and 19. Cell just does a noise, and that's pretty much it. But I'm happy they did this difference. Now, time for his supers. Kamehameha, again, chargeable. This is still a relatively weaker version of Cell compared to his perfect form. So it's fine for him to have the chargeable version here. And again, Cell does use it. Now, I know Cell uses Special Beam Cannon. And each of the 3 Special Beam Cannons we have that are chargeable, well, sorry, 4, are all charged in very different ways. This one is similar to Piccolo's Special Beam Cannon, and I know Cell uses Special Beam Cannon to fight Piccolo. However, I do think having 2 attacks that are chargeable is not needed, and I think what you should have done is switch his ultimate to this super slot, and you should have given him Gotcha as a ultimate. It's basically the strongest attack Imperfect Cell does, and I think he should have it. And that's what we're going to talk about next, is his ultimate is the Life Drain, similar to his Grab. And just like his Grab, there are actually two versions. A version where Cell normally hits the opponent, grabs them from behind, and stabs his tail into them. This Grab... it's not really a rush grab, but if you're playing any other normal character that isn't a full android, he will suck their life force and then punch them away. This is where it actually does become noticeable, because Cell doesn't... the sucking sound effects do not happen, but the punch still does. Very similar to what happens with Android 16. And I will say, here, it makes... I was gonna say it makes perfect sense, and it does. I'm glad they did this, but I still think it should have been his second super, where Gotcha would have been really cool to see it in this game. And to this day, only Raging Blast 1, 2, and Ultimate Tenkaichi, including Xenoverse 2, have Gotcha / Meizumi Bullet as his ultimate attack. And he should have Meizumi Bullet as his ultimate attack in this game. There isn't really much of a reason why he shouldn't, and I just find it to be... This is what I call the BT3 syndrome effect, where a lot of characters keep their exact same moveset from Budokai Tenkaichi 3, even though Raging Blast had a superior base moveset. You could have given Cell plenty of other moves. Cell has a power-up move where he uses the Bio Extract that, you know, could have been used here instead of After Image Strike. Or you could have given him his Hyper Rush, where he rams into the opponent. That could have been a cool super attack, but Meizumi Bullet should have stayed his ultimate attack. There's not really much of a reason why he shouldn't have had it.
What do you think? Taste the power. You're going down. Take this. This is fun for me. Oh, no. Don't even bother. Don't even bother. Huh? Damn it! You are gonna pay.
And here we have Semi-Perfect Cell. One of the few times, you know, Cell's actually... Well, Semi-Perfect Cell is playable in the modern era. It's not often we get a playable Semi-Perfect Cell, actually. Or really, at all, for that matter. With that being said, though, right... How does his moveset stack up? Well, let's see. I do like his basic combos. I feel like this is like the only modern interpretation we have. So it's not bad. Same thing with his combos. His combos do give me Semi-Perfect Cell vibes. So it is certainly not a bad move at all. And again, the same thing with his grab. His grab is life drain again, and just like his grab normally against people that are not bio androids, it sucks their life force, and it combos really well with his super attack version of it, and it also doesn't drain with normal androids like you see with Dr. Zero. Big Bang Crash is his classic beautiful red blast. I like the charge up. My one issue is I wish that the red right here looks more solid. You can see the blue sky through it, and I think this should be more red. It should be a solid red instead of this kind of like watery color red. I wish it kind of was more like Big Bang Attack, but it's fine. I still like it. Now, they turned his ult into a super, and it's literally the same thing. It drains them if they are a bio life form, and it doesn't drain them if they're fully mechanical. The best part about this is Cell's damn it! He sounds really mad at that, so it's pretty cool. Now, his ultimate is his self-destruction attack, which I don't mind. I like it. See, he just grows really big. We get to see the power-up. And how can you say no to that oh fuck face? Like, he has a really good ultimate. I do wish that maybe we saw him balloon more. And he's like maybe like more fatter, more chubby kind of. I wouldn't have minded that. But for Woodwarp, it's fine. I do think the explosion should be way bigger. It was bigger in Budokai Tenkaichi 3. And it was bigger in the anime. I would have loved to see this take up the entire screen, seeing the opponent's oh fuck face moment as they try to block it to no avail. That would have been really awesome to see, personally, in my personal opinion. But, just like with almost all the other self-destruction moves, it's kind of bad, and the only ones that are really good are Majin Vegeta and Blue Vegeta's final explosions. I do think that, or I guess I'm going to save this for a later talk, because there's quite a lot to talk about with Cell as a whole, and I think that's better saved for his super perfect form, my retrospective on Cell in this game. But I will say that he definitely should have had he definitely should have had a outfit change that gives him Gallic Gun and Super Big Bang Crash, because he does use both of them, and I would be okay with him losing normal Big Bang Crash if he had Super Big Bang Crash on a preset and Gallic Gun, because he uses Gallic Gun. Hell, you could make it chargeable if you wanted to. Virgin Blast 2 made their version chargeable. But I guess all Gallic Guns are chargeable in that game, and Gallic Gun isn't chargeable in Budokai Tenkaichi 3, but they could have done something unique with it. But as it stands, Shining Perfect Cell I do think is better than Imperfect Cell. And I don't want him to have two blast attacks, which is why I'm fine with him having Life Absorb here. It's fine. I don't mind.
Become one with the Cell. Check out my perfect form. It's perfect. Oh, I'm afraid victory for you is rather unlikely. Yeah. Yeah. Did you like that? Farewell! Kamehameha! I commend you. You've backed me into a corner, forcing me to use a barrier.
And now we have Perfect Cell. I just want to say, why the fuck isn't Super Cell transformable? Why can't we transform into him? I don't think it makes sense for him to be his own separate character. But anyways, his combos are very Cell-like. They're very Perfect Cell, so I'm cool with it. Again, combos really feel like Cell as well, so I have no issues here whatsoever. His grab is basically heavily inspired by the Xenoverse grab, and I love it. It's very Cell. It gives me very Cell vibes. He should not have a chargeable Kamehameha. This is the strongest version of Cell, not counting Super, that actually has a Kamehameha. And just like Gohan, he should have a version that isn't chargeable. He has non-chargeable versions of it before. He shouldn't have a chargeable one. And I also think giving him Death Beam Barrage is a bad move. See, I do like that he charges it differently, fires it differently, and they look different. They look kind of like discs to me. But it's really not a barrage, and this attack just sucks in general in this game. It's nothing like the other games where it actually was a nice, really quick barrage. So yeah, it is disappointing in that regard. I really think they should have given him the combo he does in Gohan, where he beats the crap out of him and then blasts him in the face. It would be nice to see him with another rush. I know it would be another blast into a rush, but I think it fits better here for that. Also, Cell has multiple attacks in this form that he could have used. You have the multi-form technique, you have Death Slash, you have Special Beam Cannon, Dual Destructo Disc. You had so many moves you could have given him, and this is my issue with characters like Cell and Frieza in this game that don't have, like, presets, is the fact that they are missing so many of their moves, so many iconic moves, and so many other ways to actually make them more unique than giving them the movesets they have, because they honestly really suck. And it's really hard to make a primary villain team when they suck so much. Even Super Perfect Cell I have my issues with, but he's probably the best of the Cells. And now we on to his ultimate. This part is cool. I like this. I like that we get to see the lightning, but the actual barrier is very weak. This is a very weak barrier. It's just a really weak ultimate overall. This part I like. I like that the dialogues. I like this, but this felt really powerful in like the other games, especially something like Raging Blast 2. Why is this the only one that doesn't have a cutscene linked to it where the opponent gets hit by it? I know it's literally just a barrier in the show. Goku never gets hit by it, but it helped to make it more believable. And maybe this should have been, you know, his version of, you know, Explosion Wave, like you see here. Just color it, you know, purple, make it spherical, and you got it. When his ultimate could have been a cutscene where he flies into the air and does the Kamehameha wave that he was gonna do to Gohan, that was going to blow up the planet that Gohan casually deflects via his apathy Kamehameha. I think a last resort Kamehameha would have been much better. Yeah, it would have been another Kamehameha ultimate, but it would have been better than what we got here, even though this has been his classic ultimate since Budokai Tenkaichi. So, you know, Cell's just a little disappointing in general, and I definitely think they could have done way better, and they should have done way better, and I hope, since Sparking Neo's taking an entire generation to come out, that some of those costumes are updated versions of Cell and Frieza, even though I highly doubt it. Still, would have been nice.